Hello there, wherever you are. The world consists of different time zones, so we have to say good evening, good night, good afternoon, good morning. This is the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. We do not have Leonard with us tonight. He was not able to make it, but we continue with our guests on Wednesday and Friday. This is budget time, so I guess we will have a number of calls, because we do have a call-in program this evening, apart from discussion with the surprise feature we have on the program, and I should say a surprise guest, but we are taking calls. So we continue with our interview on Wednesday and Friday. Please call in and tell us whatever you want to talk about. This is budget time. We opened the phones last week to tell us what you would like to see in the budget. In the budget presentation, but not what you want to see in the budget presentation. With me tonight is Michael Rodriguez. I think 99.99% of the people in Guyana refer to him, call him, or describe him, or name him as Guyanese Critic. I have known Michael a long time now, and I cannot bring myself to call him Guyanese Critic. I've said that on this program, and he knows that. So sharing the platform with me tonight and taking your questions is no stranger to Guyana. Man of the moment, Michael Rodriguez. The phone lines are open. You can call, also call Michael Rodriguez's smartphone and his number. I will ask him now what is his smartphone number, and please make a note of it. Michael, what's your number?
622-7740, the most known number in Guyana.
Well, look at that. The most
known number in Guyana. And the number that you could call anytime.
And the most known person.
Any day, any night.
And the most known person in Guyana.
Yes.
And the most controversial person in Guyana, yes or no?
Well, I am at crossroads with that, because it seems that position that I held is a little rocky at this time. After the last Gildarie and Freddie Kissoon show, controversy is not held by me alone. Right? But we got...
You know, when the phone, when it's the incoming call, so please, Michael, please repeat your...
622-7740, but the lines are open, and when the lines are open, the number here is 231-2982. That is the number down at TBN here for the Gildarie and Freddie Kissoon.
You're calling that number 231-2982?
2982.
Yeah, well, it's on the screen. It's on the screen in your smartphone. And Michael has just given you his number.
622-7740.
So please make a note of that, and you can ask him your questions, and we will hear your questions. Oh, there's an incoming call.
Right away, incoming call.
We need to talk about the budget.
Is Wales Press here?
Yeah.
Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Critic. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, my brother.
I need some advice.
Yeah.
Someone in a place of employment in the private sector attains the age of 60. Is he entitled to any benefit in terms of severance from his employer?
Give me that again.
Someone employed in the private sector attains the age of 60. Is he entitled to severance from his employer? Age 60.
Anyone?
No. If you reach the age of 60, you're not entitled to anything. You could either private sector does not have a cutoff of retirement age.
No, severance.
Severance pay.
So he's working, and now he getting take off. So anybody, I don't think severance has an age.
No. I thought he said when you reach 60, severance pay is when you're terminated.
Yes.
He's saying when you automatically reach the age of 60, if you're entitled to severance
has
pay.
the individual been terminated at the age of 60?
Okay, because this is a case where the employee meets 60. He wants to come off, and he has written to the employer.
Yeah, you're entitled to a severance. Once you meet all the criteria, severance has nothing to do with your age.
Okay, so I should be paid severance.
When you come off, no, there's let me clarify that, Mikhail.
Yes.
Severance pay, sir, is when you're terminated. If you leave a job, you're not entitled to severance pay. Severance pay is an employer's obligation. That is why the word is called severance. The employer severed his
In
relation with
the
you.
event that he's terminating
You're
your
entitled to severance
services,
pay.
you're entitled to severance.
That is the only circumstance in which a person gets severance pay. When a person leaves employment, two things kick in. Your pension that you pay to the company, whatever contribution you were making to the company or whatever have you, and the company's generosity. But severance pay is a different thing. Severance pay is payment when relation is severed. Okay?
Roger, buddy. All right. I hope that's been informative.
Hold on.
No, hold on, not my story too long. You don't understand that? Or you don't understand English language? No, Freddie. Here up now. This is.
Anyway, look,
Here, next Carlo.
just cool out.
No, it's not cool.
We have,
here we're telling you. There are a lot
we have
of
just a
people
minute. We have the
with
budget
genuine issues, and we got serious thingy. The
okay.
whole country is waiting to hear and see. Now, for clarity, Freddie, I see a region, you're looking at the top here, we got the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So, myself and Freddie has documents that basically the overhead of what the budget entails. So it says budget 2023, 41% larger than budget 2022. Now, clarity has to be brought to that because of the fact that it's not entirely true. So the
What is not entirely true?
781 billion. So let me bring some clarity. The budget is 500 odd million. And the 200 and so odd million is rollover. So I think an error would have been made here in them saying it's 41% more. Because last year was just under 500 million. Remember? We up on the same page?
Oh, well, listen to you.
So clarity needs to be brought here.
Well, that you would have to. You were probably informed of that. What is written?
No, I
there.
know. I listened to the whole budget
Right,
debate.
I didn't. So
I know it's 500 something million and the rest is rollover. So people have to know the budget is not that great because what's going to happen in its amount, what's going to happen, and people got to know, Freddie, part of this budget, a huge chunk of this budget is the gas to shore project and the bridge. So next year, when all the major infrastructure projects would have rolled out, roads and all these things, there's going to be a huge decrease in the budget, what the budget looks like. It's not going to be in the 500 billion and all them things. Yes, it's going to back its way down because they're going to be the basic needs of people and regular commitments.
okay, if you're looking at us, we have a call-in program tonight, and we also giving you some items in the budget. So please call in. The number is 231-2982. Let's have your call, and you can call into Critic's smartphone number.
622-7740. So to give some highlights here, salary adjustments, $3 billion in salary adjustments benefiting 5,000 healthcare workers. Workers and 9,000 members of the discipline services. That's a $3 billion increase in their salaries. And now one has to look at this in its entirety. I don't think a lot of people know what that means. A man is looking and he's thinking I can answer the call, Justin. But the man is looking, and the citizen is thinking, what $3 billion will get the nurses get
All
and
right,
the healthcare workers?
our priorities.
No, hold on. You gotta explain to them.
All right, but just
Freddie,
take the call.
hold on, man. Calm down.
Hold on.
You got ADHD
I
or
ain't got
something like
nothing.
that? No, calm down. We can reach to them. You can't talk to people and have people talk. You don't explain to them. Yes, and because we got to deal with the elephant.
But we have time to deal with that. That's
No, we only got an hour.
Hello, caller.
Hello, good night. Roger. So let me tell you, we're going on.
There's a call to you.
Hello, good night.
Well, good night.
Hi, good ma'am. How can I help you?
Yeah, I really want to know something, right? The budget goes out like for poor and needy people get anything?
Oh, needy people. It raised to $16,000. What was it? $9,000?
Senior citizen pension. Are you listening,
No,
madam?
needy people. We ain't talking about
She
senior
said,
citizens.
yeah.
Needy people.
From 14,000 monthly to 16,000.
Yeah, it increased by $2,000.
Public assistance.
Public assistance. You talking about public assistance?
Senior.
No, not public assistance.
Where you want?
Like house people, the poor and needy house people.
The poor and needy.
Anything put for that?
Look,
You receiving anything as a poor and needy house person right now?
No.
So
Anyway.
you're looking for something?
Yeah, I would just want for them put aside anything for the poor and needy house people.
Anyway, madam, just listen before we go off. Old age pension is increased from 28,000 to 33,000, and public assistance has increased from 14,000 monthly to 16,000. Plus, there are other benefits for people who have to buy houses. The tax threshold.
You receiving any of that? You're receiving pension? You're receiving any of that?
No, me not get pension, me not get public assistance.
Oh,
How old are you?
Just want to know.
44.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on.
So how does a person with a job, why are you categorizing yourself as poor and needy?
She just has a question she wants to answer. Can we move on, please? Just.
No, we can't move on. I want to talk to she.
She just wants to know if
No,
she has
but
pension.
Freddie, that's the problem. When you're talking to people, some people don't know what's their own problem. You got to get them to understand what's their own problem. You got a job. How you poor and needy? You got a lame hand. You got a lame foot. What's your problem?
Let's move on.
Yeah, next caller.
Well, we don't have a caller on the line. Let's look at the budget, please.
Hola, we get caller, man. Everybody get call. This thing get hot here now. Hello, good night. How can I be of help to you, ma'am?
Yes, good night, Mr. Critic.
How are you doing, sir?
Freddie Kissoon.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing all right so far. Well, I am a disability person.
Roger.
I'm visually impaired. I receive public assistance.
How much is public assistance for you right now?
Now it was 14,000. Now it's gone to 16,000.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, but that's what I'm thinking. You see, I'm a disabled person, not working. I think that they should have done something a little better for us because I still got a family to take care of too.
Have you benefited? Have you benefited from no VAT and water and electricity?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, none business is my name because I'm living with my parents.
So as a result,
I'm living with my parents.
have you benefited from the $25,000 to share out the cash grant?
25,000 cash grant?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get no cash grant.
But why? You ain't got your own house? You know what I'm about the COVID cash grant?
Oh, the COVID cash grant. Yes.
You get it 25,000.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
Do you see any effects? Do you see any relief in your home since you're living with your parents? Do you see any relief in your home as a result of the reversing of 200 different taxes?
Oh yes, great relief. We have seen great relief. Great relief. Indeed, we have seen great relief. I cannot complain about that.
Well, I'm glad of your honesty, and in light of your honesty, I can say it's only fair if you could ask for something more, you ask for it.
All right.
So I agree with you there, right?
Let's take this call.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Safe,
Critic. Have a
brother.
good night.
Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night, gentlemen. I will be short just like Critic wanted to be. You know, avoid loud and obnoxious persons. They are vexation to the spirit. Freddie, I respect you. Your show has been great. Very educational, informative, history. But you have to be careful with your guest and co-host. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right. You could go and screw yourself too.
Oh no, come on, man. Come on. Anyway,
you
yes,
know you know we got a disclaimer. You see the disclaimer? It said this are not the views of TBN or Guyanese Critic, and the Guyanese Critic sitting here. What kind of? I kid you not. The disclaimer on this program said. What did the disclaimer say? The views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the Guyanese Critic or TBN. And I am the Guyanese Critic sitting here and own TBN. So today's a freak show. Hello, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Turn on the volume in the background, my brother.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it Critic?
Yes, sir. Your critic is here with Freddie Kissoon.
I see someone asking if there anything for the needed in the budget. The Minister of Finance announced $5 billion set aside for those special needed people at the discretion of the government. So there are things in the budget for the needed people, bar the public assistance. There are $5 billion set aside.
Yes, sir. Well, we may be going through the process, and thank you for your input, and thank you for being vigilant.
You have to be blind and conscious. This budget is a budget for everybody.
I hear you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I see.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good evening. I would really like to see they do something about public transportation, because as far as I'm concerned, the minibuses are so not working.
Rajaman. Well, what is being done is a done deal, eh? What was your take on public transportation? You have never traveled in public transportation.
I mean, I've never traveled. I've traveled in public transportation all my life until I was able to buy a car.
How much years ago was that?
A long time ago. I can't remember when. But
well, listen to me. The definition of public transportation is different now. I am saying Freddie Kissoon never traveled in public transportation. You ever travel in a bus where you sit down on a man lap and he boner, you feeling he boner? You ever travel in a bus like that? That happens. That's a reality for schoolgirls. You ever travel in a bus where the stench of the people, it smells like 10 lime for 100? The stench, you're getting people's stench. They're so close to you. We clustered. This happens. I was live this morning when I drive in. You got people that out of the window. So not because they're trying to catch fresh air, because they're being squeezed out. So public transportation, what we know is minibus thing. You travel in big bus. Burnham time you're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, Burnham time was a different that was public transportation.
that was good time. I traveled in bus at UG.
Raja.
That was good.
Yeah, understand. Somebody calling all the way from the UK. Hello, good night.
$300 million to Linden, and 200,000 racists will still vote for PNC in 2025. Guys, do not listen to the PNC nasty rhetoric.
No, we wrong. You coming around, bang there, brother. Hey. Hello, good night.
Good night. How are you?
Hi, how can I be of help to you, ma'am?
Well, I'm hoping I could be of help to you. There's a concern I have, and I'm not sure if it's something that you might be interested in.
You got to tell me quickly, because I lose interest
I
fast.
live in Canada.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here's the thing. I befriended a man. He says that he is cybersecurity, head of cybersecurity for the current government, PPP.
Mm-hmm.
This man...
You have what? You and the man are in a relationship?
No, we did not have a sexual relationship. He was trying, but I was too smart for his ass.
Well, you got thing. Unless it's me, you open up, you keep the story to yourself. Being interested.
But just a minute. Could you let me speak to the callers too?
Don't want to call it? No, but what you want? You want massage them?
I want to speak to the
That lady will call and say she can know somebody doing cybercrime for the BB.
Excuse me.
Man, Freddie, you come for waste time on this program.
Excuse me. When the people call, just let me talk to
No,
them.
but what you could tell she? You tell me what you could tell she.
I wasn't talking about her. Just...
Oh, right. Well, when it makes sense, I can let you speak.
No. I'm going to speak.
No, but what you could have tell she? You tell me really. You want...
No, I'm not talking about
You want your number?
No, I'm not talking about her.
Oh, right.
I'm just talking about... Let me talk to the callers.
Okay, no problem. Any new calls? So, where you identify? There must be problems and issues you identify there, Freddie.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at a section of the budget here which I feel It's going to be interesting when we get our guests on Wednesday coming and Friday. Listen to this. 100 million to support activities associated with the observance of international...
Caller, hold on. We got Freddie reading out something. You can listen to it and then
No. I will speak to the caller. Yes, caller? Yes, caller?
Yeah, but then listen to yourself. Listen to Freddie.
Yes, I want to know what the threshold now. The new threshold, if it's raised or the increase or decrease.
Yes, the threshold for taxes has increased from it's somewhere here. I know that. Just a minute, sir. Just a minute.
Yeah,
Yes, I have it here. Increase in the monthly income threshold from 75,000 to 85,000 monthly, releasing a total of 3.3 billion into the hands of taxpayers and removing 12,000 taxpayers from the tax net. So if you're taking home, most people taking home 100,000 have to pay tax. So the threshold, that threshold, you pay tax on 75,000, it's gone to 85,000 monthly. So if you're earning below 100,000, you're paying less tax. There's a lot of noise on your phone, so anyway.
Yeah, at least you get the information there.
Right. Right, there's another one coming in there?
No, when people call me, I call back. We got enough credit for that. We take all into consideration, into the business model.
So this thing about 100 million.
Hold on, you're getting a caller. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hi, good night.
Yes, my brother.
I think the government should put in something in the budget to bring in private police, private traffic.
Private police and private traffic?
In the traffic department, yes, because you see the nonsense what the bus do this morning in front of you?
Oh.
The one who drives through the gas station?
Yeah. All right, buddy. I hope they're listening to you and taking what you're saying into consideration.
In front of you.
Yeah.
And with the traffic, there's nothing.
I hear you, buddy. I hope they hear you and taking what you're saying into consideration. Thanks for your input. Yeah.
So if you're looking at us, we're going to give you some snippets of what is in the budget if you didn't get to listen or view the finance minister this evening. Budget 2023 is the first budget to benefit from the sale of Guyana carbon credits, which will amount to 31.3 billion in revenue in 2023. And then the government will transfer 2.8 billion from the National Resource Fund to the Consolidated Fund. So that is going to be a huge increase in the Treasury. Let's take this call.
Hello, good night, caller.
Hi there, can I speak to Freddie, please?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you.
Okay, Freddie. My name is Sharon. I'm calling from Canada. I have some important information that I think that your viewers...
In relation to budget, Sharon?
The call is not only in budget. Can you let the lady speak? Yes, madam.
Sorry?
Yes, madam. I'm listening to you.
Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is a man befriended me and told me that he was the head of cybersecurity for the current government.
For the current...
He said that...
No, madam, hold on a sec. No. We got to cut you off.
Man, I don't cut you off. No, you tell us you got cut you off.
You can't make those kinds of statements.
Man, Freddie.
You can't make this go.
Freddie, listen to me. You know why I am who I am today, Freddie? It's because I could see bullshit from a mile away. I don't cut you. You are here shit from Canada, being a man and thing. You got catch on to these things,
See
Freddie.
what you have there.
Hello, good night. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my brother. How can we be of help to you?
I see the government, they're really doing nothing for the rice farmers, there, man. That is not...
Oh, you see the government ain't doing nothing for the rice farmers?
Yeah, man, not nothing much.
Did you get Any what the thing they want to give you the idea for the rice come up? The thing, urea, you get any urea?
Yeah, we get that, yeah, but that can't compensate for nothing how the rice industry going now. The rice industry is going downwards now.
Okay, it's no use I fight with you. But tell me something, I like a rice farmer, like how much area you cultivating?
Cultivating like 100 acre.
100 acre. How much that amounts to taxes you pay on a yearly basis? You put in towards the coffers?
Opinion, I don't have the figure right on top of the table right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right, buddy. I'm hoping they hear your tune and see what more they could do for rice farmers.
Yeah, buddy.
Safe.
Really look into this industry, man. The industry is going downwards now.
I hear you, brother.
The cost of production is not worth it, man.
I hear you. Are you looking at options to do other things?
Well, it's that we have to really look into now.
Roger. All right, brother. Thanks for your input.
Yeah.
Hello, good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night, sir.
Good night, Critic. Good night, Uncle Freddie. My comments are based on the number. It's 55 billion for the housing development, particularly infrastructure in existing and new housing areas. One of those areas, Success, where I've been recently given a lot. My concern is that you are called the day before, told you have to pay half of this money within the first month, and then you're given 6 months to pay the other half. Now, this would be some lots that start from 1.1 million. My thing is that this money that you're taking last year, we saw money at the end of the year, just before the year ended. Extra money given, then we had some early in the year, and then we had the original budget. You have an additional 55 billion this year. Why is this? Why is there a pressure to put people to pay in such a hurry? And the fact is that these lands will not be physically available for me to build within the next year. Right? I don't understand why is it the housing and the entire operations, they're forcing people and putting people under significant pressure to find that money in roughly 6 months, and you have to wait sometime an additional year after that 6 months before you physically have your land. Now, another aspect that I'm really interested right in the housing part, I know that the president would have worked very hard last year in having the interest rate reduced for all categories of loan, and that indeed is very helpful. But one of the parts that I have not seen anybody talk about is for people who are renting. Once you take a mortgage and it's not from NBS, from the time you receive your first disbursement, you have to start paying. So what you find happening is that if you're renting, you are basically paying a rental and you're paying a mortgage at the same time. If you take it from NBS, you have from the time the roof goes on, you start to pay. So I'm hoping that this particular issue that I brought to the forum tonight can be addressed somewhere along the line to ease the burden on people. Because personally, it's difficult for me to find $1.1 million in 6 months, and I will have that land another year and a half from now. I can take that money and do something with it in the meantime to generate, because if they were taking this money directly to invest it in developing the area, I would understand when you don't have any other funding. But here you have budgeted $55 billion for this purpose. You would have received billions of dollars last year for that purpose as well. I honestly hope that this particular issue can be addressed, because it's very pressuring.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yeah,
Hi.
yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, my answer.
so if you can comment and you want me to reply, no problem.
You know who you're calling?
Let's go. Yeah, let's discuss Good. So let's read some of the items in
You
the
said
budget.
there was one at the back that you specifically wanted to discuss. So
yeah.
let me start.
This is going to be interesting, Mikhail. 100 million will be spent this year in activities associated with the observance of International Decade for the People of African Descent.
After Iparaji, get 500 million.
No, who? Incoming call.
Hello, good night.
Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Could I speak to Mr. Freddie?
Yeah, I'm here.
Speak.
Okay. So, Mr. Freddie,
Yeah.
good night, sir. Could I speak about a problem? Could I speak about a problem I have with my neighbor?
No, sir. No, don't do that.
Talking about budget.
Don't do that. We talk about other things apart from budget, but you got to
No,
understand.
but here, neighbor molest you. What is the problem?
No. So,
The mechanic shop wash, pay all kind of things.
Noisy.
Oh,
Have you
noise.
reported to the EPA?
noise nuisance.
No. They do nothing. They're doing nothing. The government isn't doing nothing too.
Where you live?
I live at Skillet News and scheme all over report.
Where neighbor name?
Government, I already tell you in there, nobody never do nothing.
What the neighbor name want make the noise?
My neighbors are buying him Tuturam, and you have house flat for that. This is my personal house. I have papers for this house.
Okay. Do you have a car?
Huh?
Do you have a car?
What's that?
Do you have a car?
Yes.
Oh, you got a car.
Yes.
It's sad
Yes.
that you and he can't agree because he could have been fixing your car.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay,
we
sir.
hope they hear
Right.
the issue and that they try
Yeah.
to talk to Totoram and get you out of the area there. Yeah.
No, but one of the things about, the anti-government critics pick on the Environment Protection Agency. And sometimes they're unfair. Investors come here and they want the EPA to just jump down the throat on investors. But the EPA do nothing when it concerns this noise nuisance thing anyway.
Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, sir.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the budget. I saw.
Hello? Oh, we lost that call now. Yes.
Me last year cold feet. That's like when you propose to some girl, they know what they want. You understand?
Don't speak about women like that.
They know what they want.
Mikhail, don't speak to
It's true.
No,
You
Mikhail,
fortunately
can we-
has
no,
had
can we
a
call?
wife
Please.
who really nurtured you and showed you what real women are about.
Please shut up. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, gentlemen. So, first of all, that budget is awesome because first thing you should be thinking about is a lot of business opportunities, a lot of revenues they can gain from the ripple down. That's a plus. In terms of the housing development, we haven't been seeing new features added to the housing communities as past CPP government, for example, sidewalks and proper drainage in terms of concrete drainage. It's pretty much the same type of model from back then. Everything evolved, communities evolved. If we're building a new Guyana, why not just build it properly and on the roads? You can look at the roads and tell infrastructure is very
But it's fortunately, my brother, it's fortunately that we can speak that way now, and I'm proud that you as a citizen are looking in that direction. But I tell you, it's only now we can talk, sir. This budget is actually first budget that got aisle money inside, where we could say it's easy money. You understand? But we still got to take into consideration, we need to save up and think. In the event things don't go nice, and things don't always go nice. Trinidadians, they don't here like crazy. They had aisle for 100 years, partner. And them, they're bad, hungry and thirsty, and they don't here right now. I just come from Suriname, fly over Suriname, and been through Suriname. And you could see in Paramaribo, places closed down. Everywhere you go, people talking about hardships. You understand? And them is not a country that had oil. They is an oil producing country with new finds. So you gotta be very careful about how you do and what you're doing and when you're doing it. So although we got this extremely interesting growth that's going on right now. You gotta look at what the future is gonna be like, what we want left for your children. Because I tell you, me personally, Mikhail Rodriguez, the Guyanese Critic, is gonna have a nice life, and my family gonna have a nice life. But that's not my grandchildren. If one of them by screw up now and waste up the inheritance, you understand? And then we're gonna have to the grandchildren. You have to have good educational system. You gotta got good healthcare system. You understand? Don't worry with the America that is being sold perfect. They got whole junkie cities in America. You understand? Look at the world. Look at how we get staying as a transshipment point for junkie country, America. You understand? We are the junkies them there. How we become a transshipment point? Me is smoking cocaine, nobody here is smoking cocaine, and Freddie is smoking cocaine. Although sometimes we trip out, we's acting like we're smoking something. We is smoking cocaine. Cocaine going to America.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, Freddie says speak for yourself. For myself. Right.
Anyway, okay, Carlo.
So, Critic, before you hang me up, I also want to make a next valid point. Your platform, bro, is unbiased. It's the biggest deal thing I ever for real. Listen, we need to have presidential debates, and there's no other platform to fund. That's not what your platform.
I am presently arranging that, brother. The last time Norton was here, he said he was willing to debate Jagio, the vice president. Now I can say in no uncertain terms, if Norton sticks to his word, I could say he would get a debate. The thing is, I get the sense, and people, Guyanese especially, because I can't talk with nobody else. I got to talk about Guyanese. I got to be real about what's going on in this country. Guyanese like to see fair play. You understand? Look at all the interviews that Jagdeo has done. Look, it's Parliament I come from. Let me tell you how to laugh. It's Parliament I come from.
Yep.
Me and Jagdeo sit down, stand up talking in Parliament Center Hall, not in the Parliament itself, downstairs. It's at the Chung Conference Center, Parliament keep it. Ramjatan approaches, hey, Papa, with the talking something, a banter happen. I walk away. Right? I go back, see Jagdeo, and he's saying about the oil deal, and you say we renegotiated. I could remember working for Kaicho News, late 2017 through 2018. And I used to go constantly to Jagdeo's press conferences to get him to say that they will renegotiate the contract. He never did. Ramjatan read and has his information from what? The mad one with the paper, man. Rename. Glenn Lal does write in the paper. You understand? What Glenn Lal writes, the information of Ramjatan. And I'm there and calculating this man as an MP. Me on Punkanani. Me drop out of school at the age of 14. You understand? I've worked tirelessly to make myself somebody, and I'm here today. And anything you ask me about anything, me na day in Parliament, that's not me business partner. Me business is little media. But if you ask me, I could remember going constantly, and it was, I would remember more than anybody else, because it was intentionally to put Jagdeo in a trap. We never used to talk personal then. And Glenn Lala said, go and get him for say. Once we get him for say, he renew, and he never. And I always wondered why. He said we would revisit these things. We will try to do things differently. He always, and some of the stories used to be Jagdeo dodges. Jagdeo dodges. You understand? Kemraj Ramjatan, I am standing there, is telling Jagdeo. So how you say? You're going to, Jagdeo say he never says so. Send a clip. He can send him, But because he got his information from Glenn Lal, that is what you end up. Now, if you look, this is what is the reason for the breakdown in our society. Yeah, where people get the information from. Let me tell you, I was at Legwan, Wakenham on Sunday, and I was on the beach. And I was looking at the waves, and I was looking at the waves' consistency. And I was looking at how it eroded the beach and the roots of the plants and everything else. And you know, I got so much from that. And I look back, I always listen to motivational speeches and so. on Facebook. I listen. And I said, wow,
Yeah.
for 2 years, I can't remember anything I get from this. And I looked and said, look at nature, how much we could learn from nature. We've gone so far. Media has become so corrupt. Why you believe I don't do nothing live? That is not live. Because I want to see what's going on.
Yo, Critic, we need Gildarie back, bro.
Gildarie coming on Wednesday, you know what?
Gildarie couldn't make it this evening. Gildarie couldn't make it this evening.
He couldn't make it this
He's
evening.
coming on Wednesday. Okay, Carlo. Thanks for
Hey,
calling.
Gildarie.
Yeah.
Hello, good night. One more calling. Hi, good night.
Am I on to Freddie?
Yes, the Gildarie and Freddie Kissoon show.
Yes, good. Thanks.
You got turned on the thing for hear your voice, the boss.
Yeah.
Because your ego might echo in your ears.
Yeah. With regards to the budget, good night. With regards to the budget, I understand some amount must be to
I can put my hand in your mouth, you know.
forces.
No, you laughing.
No. Let me hear you, Chief. Let me hear it again.
Apparently, the line is bad.
No, just things. Sorry, we had a little disconnect.
Okay.
In regards to the budget. Well, let me take a next caller. Hello, good night.
Good night, gentlemen. The budget, I think, was a very impressive one, as we can see so many sectors will benefit from tremendous allocations. But I would like if Freddie could comment on the fact that I don't know if you actually looked at the presentation or to what extent. When the finance minister was detailing or making the announcement that the school children grant would be raised by 10,000, it'd be 35,000 now per child plus 5,000.
Making it 40,000 in totality.
Right? That make it 40,000 per child. The opposition in Parliament, they were heckling this, and they have taken away this. So I wanted to try to just comment on that. How?
So you expected something different of them?
I didn't hear you.
You expected something different of them?
Oh no, but at least they could have expressed some level of decency, especially how they are trying to lead the country.
You're being.
Of course, we know they're not gonna go.
You're being sarcastic. You're being funny.
Anyway, thanks, caller. What you expect the opposition to do? They would say anything. I don't put much credence on what the opposition say in Parliament because they're the opposition, and so you have to understand that. My annoyance is with people who call themselves civil society, and the media, and the editors. Those are the people. They're not in politics. They're not asking for people to vote. So you may not like the opposition, but they have a logic to their deployment, to their attitude, to their output. They're opposing, so they want to appeal to people, make the government look bad so they could get votes. Tomorrow, my problem will be not with the opposition, but with civil society. People in organizations that have no credibility, no support from the people, and they are going to knock the budget and say what should be in the budget simply for the sake of opposing. You know, I get really fed up. And I am fed up since 2020 with people who have known me the past 30, 40 years and just want me to be anti-government. And I encounter this thing wherever I go. The supermarket, it happened Christmas Eve in the supermarket. A guy tell me, how come you're not criticizing the government? It is happening all the time. Emails, telephone calls, wherever I go. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem criticizing the government. I have done that all my life. But why must I be anti-government? Why must I see a president like Irfan Ali, a cabinet minister like the Attorney General Ani Nandalal? These guys mean well. They're doing well. But I must be anti-government.
Right? You're commenting on the civil society posture and everything else, but also what I'm coming at is that the opposition would heckle as you said, we expect that. But you will see that mainstream media like the Stabrook would side with these people, and that is bad for us.
if we talk about the Starbook news, it will never end. Never end, because I think the Starbook news has never been in favor of the PPP. I don't think they've never been in favor of Indian rule. The Starbook news is run by a mulatto Creole middle class stratum. And if you look at the way they highlight their news, if you look at the way they give interviews, let me give you an example. The Starbook News have been consistently knocking Charandas Prasad. They call him all kinds of names. Up to today, they refer to him as the disgraceful Charandas Prasad. Do you know Lincoln Lewis? Lincoln Lewis assaulted a woman half his size and has been charged and is in front of the Mahaika court. But yet that very paper last year gave an entire interview to Lincoln Lewis because Lincoln Lewis is anti-government. So I expect tomorrow the Starbook News to go full out against the budget. But listen to who the people that they go to highlight.
Anyhow, on the lighter side of things, at least you got the increase in old age pension, so congratulations.
Well, no.
Good night.
No.
Who is you, by? The send you. You take Freddie up right away.
I need more than an increase in old age pension.
No, gradually.
Anyway, I don't want to. At the rate my car is going, I will have to do what Michael Rodriguez said he saw people doing. I will have to stay in a ride in a minibus with 20 people, and the air is not encouraging, etc. So I need more than an increase in old age pension. But thanks to talking, so at least you shut up, Michael Rodriguez. See,
shut me up, are you?
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, bro. Hello, good night. Hello.
And Freddie, good night.
Hi, buddy.
I think the budget is a good budget.
Yeah.
The budget would have made for everyone. Inclusive, I've heard farmers is complaining. Of course, farmer can do with help, but we all should recognize the help that the government would have placed in the agriculture sector, not only the rice industry, but the entire agriculture sector. The charges that they would have reduced, and the money is over the year, and this year budget also.
Well, sir, I don't know, but I you know, when you talk about that, and normally I have a 5-second response, but that farmer failed to realize he was looking for see whether in the budget for rice farmer. He didn't check that $19 billion for NDIA, a lot of which is drainage and irrigation for rice farmers. $19 billion.
Yes, and we can be short-sighted and just overlook these things. And in regards to what Freddie was saying just now in regards to media and not living up to his expectation, I think being anti-government, some of that or most of that, we're not going to be able to stop. What we have to do is to continue to do what you are doing there, what Freddie and Gildarie is doing, to highlight the shortcoming and also promote the good that the government is doing that is benefiting.
So do you also have an interest in the sporadic fights? Do you think that is good for the show's rating?
Listen to that. Listen to the professor speaking. So you made a good point. Ignore him. We have a call on the line here. Thank you for calling, Saul.
I think that is important.
Hello?
I would have come to that. I think, on a serious note, Freddie.
Yeah.
Listen to me, Freddie. On a serious note, I think you need to reduce some of the time you're taking up on the Freddie Gildarie program, because the callers are not having their chance to air their view. when the show is over and you and Gildarie go behind the wall, I take a cough out and you know, I can apologize.
All right, no.
Freddie's not a kind of person. Being an intellectual, here I'm telling you. Freddie's not a kind of person.
Anyway, look, so
Although he's very vocal.
you're still on the line.
Yes,
I have, if you look at the show, I have always maintained that we should let the callers have their say. And if you're looking at the show tonight,
You're not doing that.
I will try to do that. You have my word on that. And what you need to do, you're still in the line. You need to tell Mikhail Rodriguez that for the next 8 minutes we have, he must give the callers a chance to speak. So here is a...
No, we got 8 minutes, we're going through this budget debates.
So here
Budget debate is 5 hours, we can't have an hour and a half.
we got 8 more minutes, so here what we're going to do. We're going to take this call, okay?
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yes, brother.
Good night. Mr. Gildarie and Mr. Rodriguez. First and foremost, the government must be complimented in every term.
Speak up a little bit louder.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, I said the government must be complimented for a budget of that nature. But my thing is, and I am sure it's a query that is in almost everybody's mind, especially that of the public servants, is that we were hoping to see more disposable income being provided to the taxpayers, in that a reduction of the pay as you earn, in which you can, which will result in more disposable income. You're putting more money in people's pockets. Aside, they cited all the other measures, but in order for you to put real money in people's pocket, and Freddie may agree with me here, the reduction of that pay as you earn would have resulted in that measure. In that, so that is.
You're referring to PAYE.
Yeah, pay as you earn, yeah.
Earn. Yeah, right? So, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Everybody's hearing you.
Cases, you should have reduced the 28%, maybe to 20, or remove the 40% completely, depending on the different salary levels. So that I think would have seen more disposable income being placed in people's pockets. That's my take.
Okay.
Roger, brother.
Right.
Thanks, caller.
Mikhail, we
100 million.
yeah, but we got to give thing. How this money is going to spend? How this money is going to spend?
Iparaji got 100 million this year.
It's not a apology anyway. That's the wrong one. Mikhail, how are they going to spend this money? We're going to have a guest in this program this week that has international credentials of being part of African organization, a fine African rights activist, that his credentials are impressive. And this man was never sought to be part of a prodigy. No, but when you think about the International Decade for People of African Descent, how did this body that leads this entity, who selected them, who voted them? I want to ask this question.
It might have been less of a body and more of a demonic spirit.
Man,
I kid you not.
Look, well, you're kidding.
There's no other explanation for Iparaji. Hello, good night.
You cut the person off. Yeah.
Anyway. You, after being an intellectual for so many years, bringing up students, educating people, you can't see a Conway, you know what?
What, this money, yeah?
Well, no, Iparaji you're talking about. They don't get this money. Who else they give this money to?
Oh.
The people that get 500 million over 5 years. How suddenly, for this specific thing, 100 million, who they give? The guy, let me take this caller. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Yes, brother, how can we be of help to you?
I was just listening to the PAYE, pay as you earn.
Yeah.
We know most obviously that the poor people are punished after that, We could have $100 million in the budget, but then spending here and there, The poor people never get the gain. We need a deduction on the tax, definitely.
Okay. All right. Thanks, caller.
So that's a good point, Mr. Freddie.
Yeah, sir.
And I hope you could keep the mail
keep the hammer on the nail right there, you know.
All right, sir.
Roger, brother.
Good.
Thank you.
This call here.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Critic. Good night, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. I had a problem home where I'm living there, where the road. We don't have something by the name of road there.
Where?
Dairy.
Dairy.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, well, look out for what the budget has in terms of infrastructure. And don't forget, there's a rollover. So there would have been what I am aware of is all the main roads into anyway going and get done. Right? So look, if you got billions of dollars more as it relates to infrastructure, you likely are going to have roads this year. One of the funny thing I must explain is that if the government had the money, like the reason for my visit to Suriname recently was for quarry, for stone, aggregate.
What you mean? You go in and buy
No, I went and visit and to find aggregate. No.
You become a businessman, man. I thought you were in media.
Well, I wear many masks.
Mr. Critic, Critic, please. My point is this here, okay? You have 6 people in there, 2 sisters, and they were 70-something years of age. All right? One in a wheelchair 24/7. When she got to go to the doctor, it's heaven and hell to get her out road. If the government cannot do the road now, at least throw something in the whole road.
No, but you're paying at what I was trying to explain to you, brother, because I myself am into construction now, right? If you wanted to do it, the thing would ever throw in the road not there. Me supposed to do one casting since Friday. Will you believe the concrete ready? Mix man telling me he ain't got stone. He does not have the stone. Me go to BK, the biggest contractor. Please, no, man, I got everything is backed up. Even when I go now to Suriname, the people ready to sell me the stone. Me not get the barges them for bring the stone. Because freight is so much on demand. Hello, good night, caller.
Hi, good night. I would like to ask a question. If there is any assistance for private sector borrower at the bank, the commercial rates are very high, 16.5. If you want to do business, it's 16.5, and I think that is very high.
Yeah, but hold on. I don't think central government could dictate to the commercial bank what rate. That will have to do with persuasion. But the minute you start to tell...
That is not something that will reflect in a budget.
No.
Except the government decides they're going to give...
Private capital have to be reasonable. And I think those rates are high. But that will have to be through dialogue with the private sector.
Hold, somebody. I think you can get somebody to answer your question here. Hello, good night. Yes, brother.
Hey, good evening. I just heard the caller's question concerning the private capital. There's a loan guarantee program that we have a 6% interest rate. Right, that goes up to $30 million. So that's something you can look at. You go to the
Small Business Bureau.
Right.
Roger that, my brother. So again, the Small Business Bureau have a loan guarantee program. I know because when I went to set up this place, I go for borrow 30 million. And I had enough income to show that I could service the loan. But I don't know what my accountant do. The people said meeting screwed up. So you could borrow up to $30 million from the Small Business Bureau. And they guarantee somewhere as much as 60% of the loan. So if you got enough collateral to put against that loan, and they deal with Republic Bank, they deal with a few banks. So, yes. Next caller, hello?
Hi, I really asked a question, right? You went to, Guyanese went to Suriname, right? Compared to Suriname and Guyana, we have difference in Guyana. We have difference. You need people there to go see what it is in Suriname, how they do the construction, and come back here and do what is part of the case closed.
Roger.
Okay.
Although I
Yeah,
heard him,
but-
I don't understand anything he said.
He is saying that I think he's talking about economy, economics. You can't compare the two countries, Suriname and Guyana. I think he's saying that Suriname is way above in terms of economic development. I've heard people say that. And I think Jamaica and Trinidad, Suriname and Barbados were
Hello, good
above
night.
us, but not anymore.
How are you?
Hi, buddy. Talk to me.
Hey. You talk about Ramjatan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to you about Mr. Ramjatan. Do you ever see Mr. Ramjatan smile?
Meanwhile, you don't let me get personal. Get serious with something. Tell me something serious so we can go.
No, but
end
that's
this
not
conversation.
necessary, so.
Was the
smile
the
got to
point?
do
Tell
with
me.
it, man? What's the point, sir? What about your smile?
Mr. Ramjatan is not an aggressive man. Yeah.
All right, I hear you, Carla. Thanks for the input.
That's it.
I didn't understand as we.
I don't know why.
Hello, good night. No, you got. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night.
Yes, brother. Yeah. So,
Call on the line there?
nah,
Yeah, so,
we talking about this $100 million.
Yeah, no, but I got sidetracked from all your presentation tonight. It seemed to me you're moving from media to business. You said you're in construction. There's a whole new world that I never knew you were into. Very
I've been into a
interesting.
lot of things.
Yeah, so you're into. So you're gonna.
I am part owner and
Oh.
to
Part owner of-
add 25 ad businesses in this country for a number of years, Freddie. How you believe,
Oh, so you? No. I'm talking about this construction that this thing you're talking
Freddie? You were saying.
about. Yeah, listen.
When you know me, how you know me?
I know you're in business. I
Well,
don't know.
all the years.
I know.
That is
but
what financed me.
Right. I am saying
Uh-huh.
that for all the years I've known you, we gotta give priority to caller.
Hello, good night.
So good night.
Yes, my brother.
I'm listening to your program with the budget. The budget is an important budget. The budget has placed emphasis in all sectors of this country. And every man is going to have a bite of this budget. Remember, this is the first time money is going to present this budget.
We're going through.
This
Sure.
is the first foundation. The foundation is laid out for us. The next budget could be something better. The government is moving at a pace where every man is smiling.
Well, not everybody share the same sentiments. The funny thing is, when I came on to this program tonight, what do you buy name, man? The clown show,
Sherrod Duncan?
Sherrod Duncan. You know what was on Sherrod Duncan's program? Freddie Kissoon and Gildarie square off. That was on his program. That was what I was listening to while I sat here. The funny thing is, there's a wide cross-section of Guyanese that listen to the foolishness that he has to offer. And he doesn't even slip in one time and show people how you can capitalize. Nothing is wrong with going after your dreams. Nothing is wrong. These people come and promise you this. When they proposed what they will do for 5 years, they proposed to all Guyanese. All Guyanese did not vote for them. But nonetheless, they have to represent all Guyanese. And not only do they have to represent all Guyanese, the president continued to say and suggest and do everything that he's a representative of all Guyanese. Take where you could get, wait for what you want. You understand? I ain't telling people who to vote for. What I'm telling you, I don't care if you're PNC, AFC, wherever it is.
I don't care who it is.
Take where you could get. You understand? Go and get a house, lad, brother. Go and capitalize on these things. Start a business. You understand? Take the loan from the Small Business Bureau. Develop your business. Because, again, outside of what you're seeing, there's so much movement that you could capitalize on.
But stop there.
Things is moving at a pace. I have talked to Mr. Freddie Kissoon quite some time back last week. I'm doing a business, a grind season business, and I named the business Nip It in the Bud, One Guyana.
Oh yeah, I remember that, sir. I remember that.
Yeah.
But how has that been going for you?
And I'm living in the slums at Woodley Park.
I remember that, but this is what.
And I am fully well contented with it because I
No, but here.
is going to
I accept that you're contented. I'm not telling anybody else to be contented. What I'm saying, opportunities are out there. Go after them. No matter who you are, opportunities are out there. Don't follow people and just be misled. Where you go for say?
But what I wanted to take up from him is the response of the PNC constituencies and African Guyanese to the new dispensation in Guyana. Now, if you look carefully, this is my analysis. I think the egging on and incitement of people at Mocha fizzled out. More fire, slow fire was extinguished at Mocha. Simply because more fire, slow fire of 1997 is gone. That era is gone. Now, people, African Guyanese, and Michael Rodriguez, it is so irritating, and that's a mild word. It is so agonizing to see how a small group of people can just consistently insult half of the Guyanese population by feeding them a miasma of untruths, of alternative facts, and denying what Guyana stands for when there is no moral position to do that. So what happened with More Fire, Slow Fire in Mocha? It didn't catch on. Let me tell you what they wanted to do. You know hold on. I have intelligence that when they were starting thing in September 2020 at Cottonfield, they wanted they wanted Agricola and Buxton to join in. When they started that thing at Mocha, they hoped it would have catch. Now, the Home Affairs Minister said he suspect arson in Christchurch School.
Right.
Why are you going to do that to a school? Why are you going to do? I don't know if it was arson. The Home Affairs Minister, they suspect arson. Why are you going to burn down a school that in fact has 95% African students? Why are you going to get people in Mocha to do things and then the people, African constituencies, will pick up from what Mocha? It isn't happening because I think that perception a small cabal of leaders have of African Guyanese. African Guyanese are not buying into that.
No, but
that is why
Freddie,
Mocha, that is why Slow Fire, More Fire in Mocha has failed.
Nothing is totality. I wouldn't agree with that.
But, pardon me?
I wouldn't agree with you there.
With what?
Assuming that even the methods used are becoming redundant. You know why from 1997 to now, Slow Fire, More Fire working?
There is no...
I could remember a Norse girl car get pelt at Bath Settlement. We talk, Chief. I could remember a Norse girl, a black girl, car get pelt.
Just during the election thing.
Bath Settlement.
Yeah.
And she cried.
Yeah, I know.
The reason,
that's a family in the car.
The reason for today, those things don't stick and don't work. The black community have so much more value and worth. They have been developed, and not by the same people who are egging them on with nonsense.
No, but there's more to that. On this program and in my column, we have to expose people who for 5 years treated African Guyanese with disdain. You see the same Sherwood Duncan that you called? I want Sherwood Duncan to come on this program with due credit to David Hines and Aubrey Norton. They came and they faced our questions and they answered it. You see that same Sherwood Duncan that has his program, and what did he do when he was chairman for Chronicle? You know what he did? He left all the Guyanese furniture stores and he bought the most expensive furniture for his office, Ashley, in Giftland. He left for his office at the Chronicle. But these are the things you have to remind Guyanese for. Do you know something, Michael Rodriguez? Since that amendment to the marijuana bill is in was passed in Parliament. Do you know not one? I'm going to point my finger to the camera. Do you know not one African Guyanese leader in APNU, in ACDA, in the PNC, in all those African rights organizations have stayed very silent? You know why? You know why? If they only open their mouth and say the amendment should have gone further, black people would have clicked on and say, look, why are you saying this when you in government?
You didn't do anything.
Right.
5 years, nothing.
And the amendment
Nothing.
was there. And they shelved the
A
amendment.
thing that is stigmatized, criminalized, and everything else to black people, and they have never done anything for it.
These people, you know what is part of this program we have to do? Is to show African Guyanese where these people have failed them for 5 years. Do you know the last government increased the license for animal-drawn vehicle? Mikhail, I'm not a believer, but oh my God, you're going to increase license for people, the ordinary low-income people. Those people are poverty-stricken, driving a horse to make a living. These are things we have to tell African Guyanese. And I don't think the ruling party and I don't think the government has the intellectual, philosophical wherewithal to confront these people, to show the nation of this country that for 2015 to 2020, you had a government that didn't reach out. These people didn't reach out to the working people, didn't reach out to those who were in need. And now they're in Parliament, and every word is black people need this.
Freddie,
black people need that.
Did you
emerging apartheid.
Did you listen to the conversation?
Did you hear what that? Did you hear how these people at Padaji? Did you hear how they spent hundreds of millions of dollars?
Did you hear the conversation between Roysdale Ford, Mussolini, and Ganesh Maipal?
The blank checks. Yeah.
Not only the blank checks, complaints were made about racism in the party.
Yeah.
The same party that claims racism is within a racist party.
And
it is the overuse of reverse psychology.
And to make it worse, how could you mislead people like that? That only three squatters say we're not moving, and you're going to go. You know what they should have done, Mikhail? They should have requested a meeting with the government and say, listen, don't let make all these, look, the call is coming in. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Hey, the people who want to implement the tax for flying your kites today.
What was that?
You remember the story? Yeah.
What?
They wanted to implement a tax for kites flying yesterday.
You can't. Hello, sir. Are you on the line?
Remember what date on, sir?
Sir, are you on the line? The guy got
something
they wanted to institute.
Yeah, there was a big pushback. It was crazy. I gotta remember as well. I want you to listen to this. I want the viewers to listen to this. This just happened. This is the reality.
Yeah, you put it like the
I want you to see the video too, right? This is the reality.
Oh, this is in Parliament today?
This is just now.
Yeah. But let's put it so our viewers can hear.
No, I'm gonna turn it up. Don't worry. I'll turn it up.
Bear up with us, viewers. Mikhail is broadcasting a video on the program, so you could. You mind telling me what you're doing?
I'm playing a video.
Please play it.
Ganesh.
He's playing a video of Ganesh.
Let me call one by. Alex.
I don't beside it.
Bobby's. I'll call you back just now. So this is Ganesh Maipal moments ago in Parliament. So he answered a few questions.
So there is a recording circulating with yourself, Mr. Roysdale Ford.
That's a sectoral party.
No, but it lends to racial discrimination against Indo-Guyanese in the party. Is this true? Because
I do not know of the leader of the People's National Congress Reform being a racist. I do not know that.
So, okay. Do you know of the blank check issue?
I am not aware
recording is not you?
Statement except what I heard, but that is an allegation. It will require the party to do its internal investigation, require the party to meet.
Has Ms. Joseph ever said you were in the parliament based on black votes?
I said to you that these are matters that surround our party. And the Democratic Party that I am a part of, allows us the opportunity, and as an elected CC member, I will be speaking to my party about party.
So there's an investigation into it.
Today is budget.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Budget running late.
Yeah, I will follow you. So these matters the public want to hear about as well. You as an Indo-Guyanese in the party that says they're for all Guyanese. There are allegations of discrimination against you by Mr. Mussolini.
Anybody can make allegations.
Yeah, but according to the recording, you would have confirmed, well, hey, this has happened because you were speaking to Mr. Ford.
Something.
You would have alluded. Go ahead.
Mussolini was speaking to me, and Mussolini made his position, and we will deliberate on it as a party.
So there's an investigation going?
There ought to be an investigation, but we have not met as a party as yet as a CEC. We will be meeting. Date has already been set, and we will be meeting, and we will deliberate like all other parties. This is the same way we will deliberate and deal with all matters, all parties.
The blank check matter as well?
All the matters we will be deliberating on.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, sir. Thank you for your time.
What has happened there is a repeat. What has happened there is a repeat of Kemach Ramjatan. Kemach, I have a video, you have a video, the world has a video of Kemach Ramjatan conceding the elections.
It was a recording,
And we call
audio
it
recording.
conceding. And that man, and talking about the media, let's see if any call coming in. That man has since 2020 gone ahead, faced the nation, criticized the government, criticized Freddie Kissoon, criticized me all the time. The other day to Norman Brown of the PNC UK branch, and has the moral temerity to not to face the fact
We're
that
getting a caller here. Hi, good night, caller.
Hi, how are you doing, sir? All right, my contribution is that I think I'm very, 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 very impressed with Ashley's delivery of the 2023 budget. I listened to it, most of it, and I think it holds good food for Guyana. Thank you very much, guys.
Roger.
Okay, thanks.
Good night, caller.
We lost that call. So, you see what he said? Mahipa said? It's an
Hi,
internal
good night,
party
caller.
matter.
Good night, Critic. Good night, Freddie. I just want to comment on the video that you would have broadcast there. I don't think any Guyanese is going to expect any better. This is PNC we're dealing with. They're telling you, watch you in your face, and tell you they have won the election, and we have the SOP. We have the SOP that can prove that we have won this election. And yet still, the entire country, the entire world is waiting to see this.
Are you suggesting, sir, that the PNC is a party of the metaverse? Are you aware of the metaverse?
No,
the metaverse is a new. I'm telling Freddie here now, and I don't know if you're aware of the metaverse. So the metaverse is a new reality created by Meta, a company, Facebook, owned by Mark Zuckerberg. So the metaverse, you could go in. One woman already have a matter before the court where she went into the metaverse. So you put on some goggles and you're seeing and you're going into an unreal world. And she was raped inside there. So she went in and she got raped. So she has some matter before the court. I don't know if she's a PNC or what, right? But it's crazy like that. This is a matter of fact, you could Google it. A woman is before the court claiming, not in Guyana, but outside claiming she was raped, gang raped by men in the metaverse. Right? So that's the craziness. Hello? Hello, good night.
So what is it, so Critic?
Yeah, brother.
What is suggesting? My father is going to be raped by Norton?
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, good night.
Yes, brother.
What about the NIS, man? You know, where's the NIS?
No, is there anything for
No.
Nothing for NIS?
NIS thing have not been raised. No.
Nothing for NIS in the budget.
I don't see anything in the budget here that NIS payments have been increased. I think it should. And that, in fact, that's not a... That's,
Are you a recipient?
Yeah, I get NIS, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you have to understand, right? The
most of
money
us who
is
pay
too
our
small
thing.
to somebody to live on, right? Because the money to NIS can't pay, and they should have really put it in budget because people depend on that.
Well, I depend on that, Mikhail. I haven't had a salary increase from Kaicho News for 12 years. I think it's more than 12. And I depend on my NIS and my UG pension. Anyway, I have to go into business like you, but I don't have a head for that. I don't have a head for business. Thank you for calling, sir.
$19 scheme. Even when you call him to do your paperwork, right? You got to call 1 hour, something I get nobody for 2-3 hours. So all these things need to be rectified because the money that people get, you take the grocery in the shop, so expensive. Very, very expensive. You understand?
I know.
Through this NIS is a mess.
It's a lot of things.
Okay.
Roger. Thanks, Carla. Yeah. So we give you all an hour and a half today. And it's going to be a little over 10 because we started a little late. But is there anything you want to?
I would like to see, I shouldn't say this because I should be saying serious things, but I would like to see the Starbucks News interview you. Of course, they're not going to interview you. But I think they should interview you. You should let you give your views on the budget. Good. Now we have reached time and what I want to say.
Let me take another caller. Hold on. Hello, good night. Quickly, caller.
Good night.
Yes, brother.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, I was looking at a little budget, very good budget. Compliment the Minister of Finance. One thing I was thinking about the public assistant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you say public assistant,
that's
you're looking, you're somebody that cannot help themselves.
Yeah.
I know, criticism are down to earth, man, and you could talk about that. I think they should add on something more than that.
Well, they add on 2,000 more. Critic, hear me critic. Mikhail, I think it should have been. I think it should have been more than 2,000. That's my opinion, and I am very, very hard fastened to that opinion. It should have been more than 16,000.
Yeah, it should have been more to that, Mr. Freddie. Thank you.
Right. Anyway, yeah. So we closing now, right?
No, give me your opinion.
Yeah. I'm closing now. I think it's a budget that is acceptable. There are going to be areas that no one in any part of the world will find totality of acceptance. For example, as a NIS pensioner, I would have liked to see NIS payments increase. I believe that guy's point is taken. The public assistance could have been much higher. Overall, when I look at the thing, I can say that I endorse the budget. This is the part I like. Culture, sports, and arts. 1.4 billion to support culture and arts in Guyana. 100 million towards the endowment fund for the arts. 277 million for the preservation of cultural heritage sites. I went with my wife driving, and I didn't like that monument in Mahika, the entrance to Mahika. Oh, it's in terrible condition, Mikhail. That's the subject of my column today. So I like that. 277 million for preservation of cultural heritage site. We have a young population in this country, and when they're driving and they see these monuments, they stop and ask, what is that about? 100 million, next to that is a controversial one. 100 million to support the observation International Decade of
Padaji.
I support 100 million for activities associated with observance of international
Decade. I support that, but not the Padaji.
Yeah, but my problem is a Padaji should be more representative. I support 100 million. The United Nations declared International Decade for People of African Descent. I was born in a ward in Georgetown. I grew up among African Guyanese. I think African Guyanese like every other Guyanese, deserve for their heritage to be preserved. And since the UN has said it's a decade for African Guyanese, every cent is justified in the state supporting the observance of International Decade of People of African Descent. I have a problem with when, not how they spend the money. That is one problem. I am contending, how did this body was constituted? You have African Guyanese in the PPP. You have African Guyanese in the sugar industry. You have African Guyanese all over the place. We're going to have a guest on this program this week. And you go to see this man's credentials. This man was high up in international African associations like the Pan-African Movement. And nobody consulted that guy when IPADG was being formed. Nobody did. So my problem is that 100 million is admirable, but it's how it's going to be spent. I guess you can have the last say in the program.
Well, I can tell you, I wish if the budget was double. I wish everybody get the wishes. I wish the disabled people could get 10 times more the money. But if wishes were horses, beggars would have been choosers. There's a reality to this. There's facts.
Beggars would ride.
Beggars would ride.
Yeah.
Beggars would ride. If what?
Go ahead, Mickey.
No, you're the literature man. You got to tell me. You got me just pull up one thing. So, in actuality, in reality, I just walk in with a simple thing. Because me and the Freddie, me and the intellectual, here me watch. What been happen for 5 years? I'm going to simplify and fire. For you understand. What happened for 5 years? Do you know these budgets that are coming yearly adding up to more than all the budgets for the 5 years? You know that?
I'm listening to you.
Yes. You understand? And it coming consecutive year after year. You got huge budgets. Now, what the last government do, when them been in power, them take away 110,000 from school picnic. 110,000. This government, since they come, this is going in the 3rd year now. This year, the people them get 40,000. Then get back the 10. Them get one more. Them get another one. And one more. And next year, they get one more. The funny thing is, the intention was to give 10,000 a year over 5 years to come to 50,000. Well, if you give, people get accustomed to that. If you give 10,000 a year and the 3rd year you did 40 with all add up, obviously 2 years from now, it's going to be over $50,000. This is what you get. 200 taxes moved back. Now this budget, you got to compare it to what used to be. Because no matter what you do, Freddie, people put the wants over the needs. There are things that genuinely people need. But everybody got an idea. The rice farmer got an idea what he want. He want more this and that. But here driving Prado. And he got one pack. You understand? Yes. You never go to them thing and so. Me go to a man. The man say, I'm not calling him, because I'm a good man. The man say, Critic, oh God, this government, he start crying. And he not tell me, government give 2 bull, 2 big breeding bull, government give. He tell me about the problem with the rice. He not tell me that upon the ranch, government give 2 big breeding bull. He not tell me that. He not tell me all we get from government, but he talk because he want more. So you got to deal with these people delicately. You understand? Because you know what's the funny thing? I am experiencing an extremely successful year. That's what I'm experiencing right now.
You gotta give me some of the money. Let me
it is as a result of me going after what I want. Me even pay attention to the budget for check for see what infrastructure. We ain't go today, I can deal with it tomorrow.
Follow your dream.
Yes, sir. I wake up every morning, do my morning life, head out to the work site, and then go and do different things and seeking after things and capitalizing upon any opportunity to raise it here. By the time my man say, quick, me say partner me there, call me, whatever me could help for do, what we could do for make something move, what we could do together for make something move.
And I believe people,
and get everything.
I believe people are striving to make something out of their life.
Not
With
enough people.
With this new economy.
Not enough people.
And we need to...
I wish to see the government being a less of a handout government. That's what I wish to see.
Yeah, I think people...
I want good healthcare system.
Yeah.
So,
and you have to increase salaries.
Not everybody wants to be wealthy.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to be rich. Yes, but it is a basic human right.
Anyway.
People need to have access to lights, water, good roads.
Services.
Yes,
Let me see what happened with Diamond. I drive with my wife. And that chaotic situation, a car couldn't come out of Diamond onto the public road. A car on the public road couldn't go into Diamond. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, our guest well, he wasn't our guest.
Freddie leaving tonight. Do you want to... Gildarie is watching. He just messaged me. Do you want to say anything to Gildarie?
Well, Gildarie will be here on Wednesday. We had a disagreement, and I've had so many disagreements with so many people in my life. But human beings got to go overcome that. You don't. Disagreements are part of human nature. So I don't have a problem. I've had so many disagreements with so many people. I remember you and I used to be in the seawall, and big disagreements, and next day, Rodriguez and I...
Same thing.
Yeah, Gildarie will be here on Wednesday. We will have our interviews, and the show continues. It was nice having you on our program. It was nice having the man of the moment, Mikhail Rodriguez, on the program. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you Friday. We'll see you next week. As Freddie Mercury of the famous pop group Queen said, the show must go on. Bye-bye. Take care.